Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's Sunday. I'm back. We're streaming again. JQ, I think you got second. I think Cordo's was first, but it's trimmed him off there now, so I can't see it. But JQ's here. Moons of Empire. Hey, man. Hope the move went well. Hope everything's gone okay with that front. Sarah Japan's here as well. Sex0510. Hey, Sex. Good to see you. Side TV. Thank you so much for the follow as well. I appreciate that. Anonymous says Daddy J. Discounts. There is a code today. It'll pop up every now and again. There is a code today, Sky. Per Simplification, thank you so much for being here as well. Robert Mikey here as well. Chartered Music, thank you so much for the 6 months of subs. He said half a year has flown by. It has. It's gone really quick. Void Media, thank you so much for 22 months of subs. Says, good evening, Jay and chat. I enjoyed watching you dialing in your new coffee grinder on Instagram prior to the stream. Thank you. Yeah, it took me about half an hour. It's just good fun little exercise to do. Thank you very much for watching those on Instagram. I appreciate it. I did get coffee down my top, which, where is it? Somewhere over here, there. I'm a little bit annoyed about, but it's one of those things. Gemma's here as well. Subscribe for 4 months. Thank you so much, Gemma. I appreciate seeing you here. I've been appreciating following your Instagram stories as well. Anarchy's here too. He says, hi Jay and chat. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. Enjoyed the coffee grinding science lesson on Instagram. That 0.1 gram is so important. It seems for good coffee. You'd be surprised how much difference it makes, Alex. Like it makes a difference. It does. It does. Blackbrook, good evening, good sir. Thank you so much for being here. Stick it to Steve Nera, everyone. Ballboy12, hello, hello, hello. Jelly Master's here as well. 606 is here. Baroium. Bob Hotshot, thank you so much for the gift sub to Oofk as well. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Wayward Fox, good to see you, Wayward Fox. Glad you've been dropped in. Thank you so much for being here. Tinkertronic as well. Tink, hey, good afternoon, good sir. Well done on your walk last week. Did you say when you're finishing the mileage off? Because I think you've got a little bit left to do. Either way, solid effort. Really, really proud of you, dude. Thank you so much for doing that. And hopefully everyone's pulled their finger out of their pockets, even though it's this time of year, and helped donate to make your targets. Newfie, thank you so much for being here as well. Future Primitive. Bartowski subscribed for 18 months. That's 2 PT babies. Congratulations. X Milcom says, good evening, just started to purchase things for my first build, waiting on Bower Lights to come back in stock. Next, yeah, I'm not quite sure when the Bower Lights are going to be back in stock. We do need to wait for them to be produced. So I'm just kicking off my shoes here. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Sky says, incoming emails from angry people about not receiving the Magic 3 yet. Hey, if people paid for their shipping for the Magic 3, they've been shipped. So most people should have them already. If not, they'll be there in a few days. They should certainly have them before Christmas. I think we shipped every single order apart from one who paid just after UPS had been on Friday. So I think there's about 16 orders where people haven't paid yet and still haven't paid. No one's paid since Friday. So I'll be sending reminders out on Monday. They can't have their boards until they pay for shipping. Simple as that. Anonymous Spike says, how are we, Jay? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah, I'm doing well. I spent most of the day doing DIY with the wife, so It's been all right. Asub, thank you so much for being here as well. Bollock as well. Bob Hotshot says good evening, everyone. Bartowski says 2 babies, yeah, something like that. Gonna do it steadily over the next couple of weeks. Only 7.5 miles to go now. Yep, dude, you're gonna smash it. I knew you would. How much is the difference? How much of a difference does a new grinder make compared to the one built into your old Sage machine? Okay, so let's go into coffee chat. So, as good as any espresso machine can be, the most important part of any decent espresso shot is going to be the grind consistency, and there is a whole can of worms that you can open to get into that around the shapes of grind. So how the coffee is ground. Some use basically flat plates that grind together. Some use like a conical design where you've got a cone that goes inside another cone and twists around. So conical versus flat, they will change the flavor profile of the ground beans. Believe it or not, it's true, you can taste the difference. And then there's the types of burrs that you use as well, the size of the burrs, the condition of the burrs, whether they've been worn in or not. Everything can make a big difference in the world of espresso. In terms of how much difference does it make from the old built-in espresso machine we had, the beans grind way better in these machines. The niche and the new machine that we've got, the ZF64, they are significantly better than what the inbuilt ones can do. But we're talking about marginal gains on what can be. You can produce really great shots with like the Sage machine that we had. I still have another replacement one coming because that one broke and it was replaced under warranty, and that's my home machine. So that's the machine I have at home. Although I do want a Linea Mini at home, but we'll see. Whether I can justify $4,000 on it or not is a different question. So yeah, so it does make a difference, but it really depends on how much you want to get into it. Like, it's like keyboards, right? The keyboards are a good analogy. You can pay $6,000 for a TGR. Does it really perform that much better than a Ducky at 100 quid, or a Corsair at 150 quid, or a JO2 at 500 quid? You're talking marginal gains, really, but it does make a difference. Like, you can taste the difference, and like I can tell that this is done with a different setup to what I usually drink coffee with, and I am tasting different flavors in it. So more about it on Monday. So yeah, so it does make a difference. It does make a difference. If I pay the shipping, can you send it to me? Send what's you, Blackbrook. Send what's you. How's the Tesla? Not repaired yet, but it's going in soon for repair. It's going to go in after Christmas and New Year. So we had it checked out and like everything's fine, nothing's bent or not straight or anything like that. It's literally just a crack in the rear bumper and kind of like a bit of there's like a frame that holds the bumper in place. That's kind of bent out of shape as well. So it needs a new bumper, the bumper painting to match, then all the electronics moving over into the new bumper, and then it all fitting up. It's probably going to be a couple of grand, but I don't have an exact price yet. Oh, sweet, more cozy build stream with cheeky marbs, poggers. Yeah, we'll do some cheeky marbs at the end. Yeah. Like the keyboard analogy, that makes sense. Yeah, like you are chasing diminishing returns with coffee, but you can taste the difference. Like, I know, like if someone said this has been done on my gear, I can tell that this isn't the same as what was done like last week with the same coffee. Like, I can tell it's different. But I need to do some side-by-side comparisons, which we're going to do next week. About coffee, I think someone's starting to add French oak components to add some elegant flavor to the coffee, like they do for wine. I have to try that. Interesting. Not tried that. Paying more for espresso machines. One big element is boiling and steaming capabilities of more expensive machines. Yeah, so I tend to drink a latte in the morning, and I like an espresso in an afternoon. Sometimes I like an Americano as well. It really depends on what I'm doing. And it depends on whether I'm at home or at work. I tend to only drink black coffee at home, but I do tend to drink a milky coffee at work. And my wife likes to make hot chocolates by steaming the milk as well. So like the Londinium will steam milk in 8 to 15 seconds, depending on what you're trying to do with it. The old Sage machine will take about a minute to steam milk, so it really depends. And that's still a dual boiler machine, is the Sage. And the Londinium is not a dual boiler machine, but because it's a lever pull, you prime the puck and you put all of the water into the group head before you start to steam your milk. So as long as you're pulling your shot and then you steam your milk whilst your shot's pulling, you're not reducing the pressure in the canister in the boiler. So yeah. we'll do some marbles at the end of the stream. Yeah. I'm still so unhappy that I missed the time I could get my Tomo from you. Well, I mean, we sold out from them, but they were a popular board, and they're a great board as well. I still own one. It's just down there somewhere, but I do still own a Tomo. So yeah. Now today I was going to build the Long Man. Unfortunately, you may have seen on Instagram, but it didn't come with the needed hardware. So I'll talk about some PT news in a second. I'll just explain why we're not building the Long Man today. So this is the Long Man. And we're not building this today for one reason. The reason being the case. So the case is laser cut acrylic slices, and effectively what each layer needs to do is bond through this line here. You can see is a series of screw holes, and we need some hardware that goes through all of those and nips it tight together, and they go in the corners, and there's like 8 or 10 of them all the way around, something like that. Unfortunately, my board did not come with any hardware, so I cannot put it together. I don't have anything that really works here in the workshop. I've tried and had a look around in my toolbox and things. I don't have anything that works here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email the makers, and I'm just going to ask them what hardware they would have generally shipped it with, and then I'll just buy the same hardware locally. So we'll see. Super glue's fine, but then I can't take it apart. Zip ties are fine, but then they don't kind of stick in well. It's just one of those things. Yeah. So we are going to build this at some point, but not today. So I'm just going to move that to one side, which is a shame because it's a cool PCB. Long Man by Plipworks. It's just huge. Like up against TKL, it's like 2 TKLs long. Anyway, is what it is. I'll get the hardware and we'll build that in the new year. I was looking forward to the Long Man. Yeah, me too. I was as well, but I didn't realise that I didn't have the hardware needed for it. I thought it came with the hardware. I assumed it was going to be inside the acrylic casing somewhere. It's not. Just one of those things. I've been searching for a Tomo with PC top for months. The only Tomos that came with a PC top were the full F&F PC models. Now I did have one of those and I did sell it, but it didn't come with like an aluminium base. It was both the top and the bottom of the case were PC. I think there was only ever 9 or 10 made, and I'm still a little bit sad that I sold mine. It is what it is. I wasn't using it. I still have a Tomo, but yeah, I'm a little bit sad that I did sell that. Skateboard keyboard, yes. It's not far off it. Like, you could probably skateboard it. Like, if I sent it to Braille skateboarding or something, they probably could skate it. Yeah. Have a great show. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's a Short Boy Sunday after all. Was looking forward to Long Man. Yeah. Is it Hot Swap? It is Hot Swap is the Long Man. But it has been mil-maxed. It's when we actually do the build sync, we'll go through it, because a lot of them have standard hot swap sockets, but then instead of flipping hot swap sockets around to do like split backspace or full backspace, they've actually put mil-max sockets in some holes as well. So it's a bit of a weird one. Konioto, hey man, good to see you. Rian, hey, thanks very much for being here. Right, time for some PT news then. So where are we at? It is the 17th of December. It's almost Christmas, guys. It's less than 10 sleeps to Christmas. PT's open for 3 more days before we break up for Christmas. So we're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Thursday would be our standard close day anyway. And then I didn't see the point in having everyone come back in for Friday, just as one day. So we are off from Wednesday. Wednesday is our last day. We will be off for nearly 2 weeks, and then we'll return back on the 2nd of January. Tuesday, the 2nd of January will be our first day back in the office. I will put up a little red banner on the website this week that explains when we're closed and when next shipping days are and stuff like that, and a bit of an explanation as well. But effectively, no work will happen between the 21st of December and the 1st of January. No work will happen between those dates officially. Realistically, there will be things that I'll do. I will respond to customer emails and things like that. We just won't be shipping anything, we won't be packing anything, and we won't be QCing anything. But I will be doing other things in the background as well, because I kind of have to. There'll be bills being paid and, you know, customer support emails being handled, and all of that kind of stuff will still happen. It's just we won't be doing anything that has to be physically done here at the workshop. As soon as we get back on the 2nd of January, it's going to be all hands to the pump, and we're going to be shipping stuff out, because our next shipment arrives around the 18th to 25th of January. So we have another container arriving very, very soon in early January. So, well, in late January, but it means that we've only got a couple of weeks when we come back that we have to get everything else out. So if we took in something on the latest shipment last week, which came in on Friday, effectively we're going to have it shipped out before the 20th of January. That's the current aim. So Derivative, Neo 65, JO2s, whatever else is in there, assuming everything passes QC, they should all be shipped by the 20th of January. As well as that, if you're in the SPC and you're getting a JO2, you might want to have a quick look, because there is a little mini meetup happening in Leeds for JO2 buyers that are part of the SPC as well. So just saying. So yeah, that's a really weird mix. What's a weird mix? What's a really weird mix? Oh, the hot swap sockets and stuff. Yeah, I'll show you that properly when we build it, Tink. I can see quite a few GMK sets in the corner. Am I seeing things? Yes, my personal collection of keycaps is over there. It goes up to about there where my finger is. That is kind of, there's a couple of hundred GMK sets over there, yeah. So yes, it is what it is. Kahaku is in the shipment that arrives in January, so it's not in the current shipment. It's not here yet. It will be here in January. KLC got theirs in the same week that ours actually got shipped to our freight forwarders. So they had theirs, you know, a couple of weeks before us, and then we had to ship ours from our freight forwarders by sea to the UK, which takes 4 to 6 weeks on average as well. So it's just going to take a little bit, but we'll have the Kahakus mid to late January. The Cycle 7 isn't in the next shipment, Quagri. The Cycle 7 hasn't actually reached our forwarders yet, so we don't have those. So only the JO2 will be available on the 20th of Jan. So yeah. How do I grab the sets near the bottom? Lift up the top ones and pull the bottom ones out, and then put the top ones down. Simple as that. Wish I could come to the meetup. If you're buying a JO2 sticker, you can. If you're not, you can't. You have to be part of the SPC as well. Kevin Babes, thank you so much for the 11 months of subs. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Cycle 7 is going to be a little while. Yeah. So I haven't updated anything on Notion yet, but I will. There's a load of stuff that we haven't put on Notion that happened in the past week or so that we just haven't had a chance to get it up there, with the shipment arriving and a ton of other stuff coming on. So yeah, maybe I need to give the mods access to Notion so they could update stuff as well. Would the mods be up for that? Demotex, Blackbrook, do you want to ask the other mods and see if they'd be up for that? They don't have to keep things up to date, but like if they get wind of something, if I give you access to it, would you? I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so what else is happening this week? So Monday and Wednesday, Mel and I are both in. Tuesday is Mel's day off. Mel never works on a Tuesday. So Monday and Wednesday we're going to be shipping out as much as we can. And we will get through some of the stuff here. We might get through the Neo 65s. We might get through just in-stock orders. I don't know. We're going to try our hardest and we'll do what we can. Tuesday is a bit of a weird day. First of all, I have to knit to the barbers. So I'm going on Tuesday because it was the only day I could get an appointment. I also have to knit for some Christmas presents that I was having some stuff framed for a family member. I need to go and collect that as well. That has to be on Tuesday because that was the only slot I could get at the framers to pick stuff up. And as well as that, I also have a meeting which will be about 4 hours long with my accountant because it's the end of the year and we need to do a meeting to talk about how things have gone, which is difficult and it's not going to be a fun meeting, and it usually means that I've done a million things wrong, and it means that I've got a million things to unpick and fix, which will be my job to do between Christmas and New Year. As well as that, I am going away for a few days over Christmas, so from Friday at the end of this week coming until the 30th of January I won't be even at home. I'll be away. When I come back on the 30th of Jan, I do actually want to get these units behind me ripped out, the new wall put in behind, and get prepped for the new chest that's going to sit behind me as well. So a few things are going to happen. There's a new cabinet that's come as well that's going to sit behind the other side of this desk, like through behind where the camera is here, just at the back of my desk. So that's all going to change. Why does Jay hate us? I'm just asking. You don't have to do it. You can tell me no. You can tell me to jump. It's fine. Blink twice if you need help. Mods. Yeah. They don't have to do it. I just thought I'd ask. So yeah, it is one of those things. Oh, that keyboard command is way out of date. Way out of date, Norchuk. Let's update that actually. Let me see if I can update that now. That no one ever uses that command, so I'd forgotten that it was even a thing. Let me update that live. Where is the command for that? Keyboard. There it is. There we go. Right, okay, so now that's saved. The keyboard should give you the actual what I'm using. Where does that not work? Oh, is it because someone's already used it? Is it on a timeout? There we go. I didn't like the capital K. Okay, so there you go. Right, so that's that happening. That's pretty much the PT news for the next week. Mel and I will do our best to get as much shipped out as we possibly can. We probably won't get started on Derivative, but we'll probably get through a few of the key sets. We'll probably get started on the Neo 65s, and then everything else will happen in January. I think we'll be fairly okay with stuff, though. I think most stuff will ship out early January. Next shipment arrives mid to late January, probably around the 20th, 25th, something like that. More updates on that when it arrives. In terms of everything else happening at PT, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else happening. The only other thing that I will be doing is pretty much every night I'll be spending 2 hours on Argyle stuff, basically counting components. I think there's another 40 or so hours of counting components needed. That's going to suck, but I'm going to try and get that done. And I'm hoping that all of the Argyles will go out before the end of January, because it's been 2 years since the group buy ran, and it's frustrating the hell out of me just seeing them. So that's also going to be a big priority too. So yeah. There we go. Okay, let's see if there's any questions. I think I've seen them. Will Jelly Evolve ship out before the holidays? If you're one of the few people that bought like the 10 units or something that we had in stock, if you bought one over the weekend, then yes, all in-stock orders between... What I will promise is any in-stock order that's made before the end of Sunday, before the end of tonight, midnight tonight UK time, will ship out before Christmas. I can't guarantee you'll get it before Christmas, but I guarantee we'll ship it before Christmas. Anything after Sunday might not ship until till the new year. But we'll put up a disclaimer on the website about shipping times tomorrow morning. It'll be my first job when I get to the workshop in the morning. But yeah, we'll make sure that we ship everything out as quickly as we can. It'll certainly be no more than 3 working days. So there you go. 910 with a good layout. Clueless. I don't have a 910 here, but I do have a 910 that I built. The GAF 910's on here. It's that board just there next to the Angry Octopus. So yeah, maybe the Isla will get some use in that trip. I haven't used the Isla since I built it. It's actually on a shelf just up here that you can't see. I haven't used it since I built it. So we'll see. I will take a keyboard with me though. Do I know of any meetups happening in the UK? Anything happening in Yorkshire or the North? So Rue, if you bought a JO2 and you're a member of the SPC, i.e. a sub of this channel, there is a mini meetup happening on the 20th of January. It's for no more than 20 people at most, but it's just a little bit of a fun thing for me to be able to give people the products they bought through us that just means something to me, like the JO2. Other than that, we are working on in MK UK, the next meetup. This is really frustrating for me. It's going to come across as though I'm sounding ungrateful. I don't mean it to sound this way, but it's like pulling teeth trying to arrange it. I don't have the time. Like, I'm so busy with Prototypist. I work 100 hours a week. Like, I'm so busy with Prototypist. I don't really have time to be managing a meetup. Unfortunately, in the MK UK server, the admins arranged the last one. They kind of want to take a step back from this next one because it was just so draining on them. Gouty and Celeste, it was so draining on them. They don't want to do it again. I completely understand that. We did get a bit of a working group together to try and come up with the next meetup. I managed to get like 15, 16 people together to do it in meeting 1 a couple of weeks ago. And then at meeting 2, only 2 of the people turned up. So... basically everyone else, I think they either found it too much or they couldn't attend or whatever. I think realistically that whole group of people is now down to about 4 or 5 who are actually interested. So I don't know is the honest answer when the next actual full UK meetup will be. I have tried to find some sites, some locations. I've got one good one. I've got a meeting this week with British Army about potentially them having their esports team come along and maybe provide a space. They don't know I'm going to ask them this yet, but I am. So we are talking about one. It is going to be between May and June next year. There will be a UK meetup between May and June next year, probably late May, but I don't have a specific date yet. I just don't know how much time I can dedicate to it, so I need to make sure that it's in good hands before I let go of the reins. But May to June is what we're targeting. Yeah, it's just really, really difficult. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. Keep your SPL on Discord. Us meet up organisers. Alvi is one of the few people that turned up, actually. Thank you, Alvi. I appreciate it. I mean, this is going to sound really negative. The way I probably explain that sounds really negative. And I didn't mean that in a negative way. Like, it is frustrating when people don't turn up to things, but everyone's only volunteering at times, so I can't be like upset that people don't turn up because it's all volunteer based. But because my time is stretched so thin at the minute, it's just really difficult for me to commit to it. Especially like during business hours, because I can only have conversations with like locations and stuff and go and see them during business hours. So, but it will happen. So Alvi, thank you so much for coming to that session. It meant the world. And the only other person who came to the session isn't actually from the UK as well, so it is what it is. Funky, hey man, good to see you. She's the Max F Koala. Yeah, so it's Max F and TGR Koala. This was one that was done for me. It's got the Prototypist logo. Hold on, I'll show you. We did it on stream a couple of weeks. It's got the Prototypist logo, my company logo here. It's hot pink and teal. It's wearing Jim K Analog Dreams carbon fiber plate. It's a dream of a board to use. It's not left my desk since I built it. Keyboard Dad, hey man, good to see you. I'm well, I hope you are too. Trojan, thank you so much for being here as well. It was great to meet you this week. Sadly couldn't buy the pub, would have loved to come. Yeah, like, it's not that I don't want you there, bro, but it's just that, like, we have to limit it somehow because it's just a really small thing. So, which Magic 3 am I building? You are going to choose. You guys are going to choose. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Not at all. Much love to Jay for always putting in the work and organising a hell of a lot of stuff. Hopefully soon we can take some pressure off you. Thank you, Albi. I appreciate that. I'm hoping that we can actually get it to progress somewhat soon. I think we've got one more meeting this week, and then probably that'll be it until the new year. But I'm hoping that we can finalise some stuff pretty soon. Sticky, message me on Monday and I'll add you to the chat in MK UK where we're sorting this out. Or if you message Cara or one of the other mods, they can do it as well. Don't message me tonight because I'll just forget about it and I won't see it because I don't really pay that much attention to MK UK on a general day-to-day basis. But if you message me on Monday, I will make sure you're added. Thank you for the reminder to caffeinate Coniator as well. I appreciate that. Will do. Thank you, Snicket. I appreciate that. How much will the Magic 3 be on PT as in stock? We have very few boards to go in stock. It's very low numbers. I haven't decided on pricing yet. Probably 10 to 15% more than the pre-order price was. 10 to 15% is all I can say at the minute. The reason why I don't know is because what we have to do is you have to look at what was the exchange rate when we sold the product and what was the exchange rate when we paid for the product. So when we sell the product, we set it based on the last 30 days of like exchange rate. So we get an average of the last 30 days. But then when we actually pay for the product to have it produced, we get the exchange rate, whatever that exchange rate is at that time. So what I need to make sure of is that we weren't losing any money by selling them in the group buy, that we're making the right amount of margin on them based off what the retail price should have been. And then I have to do a whole lot of maths to say, what did that look like? And then how did that factor in when we actually imported the boards and paid VAT and duties at import? And do we have a shortfall that we need to make up, or do we not? Or where's the margin need to be? How much do we owe Albert? Matrix Labs, how much don't we owe Albert? You know, and just kind of like go through it all to see where we need to be. But roughly the actual answer is going to be between 10 and 15% above group buy price. So yeah, so it's something like that. I wish he was in a city with better connection so I could help with the meetups. Alex, I wish you'd lived like 10 minutes away because I'd employ you. It is what it is. You live in a great location though. Yeah, math, yeah, terrifying. Luckily, it's all spreadsheet based, so I don't have to do too much with it. I just have to put the right numbers in it, and then it tells me. But it took me a long time to make the spreadsheet. Let me put it that way. Okay, just going back to the coffee. I think this has convinced me that flat bears are the way forward. Yeah. Okay. Bartowski says, how do you decide which keyboard to use? The keyboard I use depends on what I'm doing. So on my desk at any time I have a couple of keyboards. For just typing I have this, which is the Koala that we talked about before. When I need to do spreadsheet work or number work, I have this keyboard, which just then plugs in, and there's a connector cable here that connects the two together. These are matrix boards as well, so these are the Christmas edition Mr. Hat things, whatever they were. So yeah, so it really depends. I have a couple of keyboards on my desk at any given time. That one just lives there just in case I need to do spreadsheet work. In terms of what I use at home, I use my JL1 exclusively at home. That's the only keyboard I have at home. Camera, don't start following me around, please. There we go. Yeah, I tend to use my JL1 exclusively at home. Just because it's a JL1, I've had it a long time. I have one of the other JL1s just up here. It is that one just there. That's an original JL1, and that's JL1 Rev 1. So, yeah. In terms of the rest of the keyboards, we tend to change what we use downstairs in the workshop quite a lot. We just pick what we need on a daily basis. I do have a couple of 40s. Someone asked if I had any 40s. I do have a couple of 40s. I tend to use them when I'm traveling. I have an original Oceanographer, which is just up there somewhere. And I did have some more 40s when I used to have a day job, but I've sold a couple of those off. And I've got some other 40s as well. So yeah. I'm impressed with my niche, but I suspect I'll end up with a Weber one day. I was never really impressed with the Webers, but grind by weight, I wasn't convinced it was needed until I've used it. It might just be the next best thing since espresso machines came into my life. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this new machine. It took like 7 or 8 shots of coffee to get it dialed in, but I'm tasting things in this cup that I don't usually taste in this coffee, and it's good. JQ, get banned. Can someone ban JQ for me, please? Yeah, okay. I might be convinced that flat bears are better than conical ones. But yeah. And well, we've only got this machine for until the end of January, so the company that actually sent me the machine sent it as a kind of like a test. It's the same company behind the DF64, and it's kind of an evaluation model, but I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to end up buying it, and it might be something through another endeavor that's coming soon we might be offering as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this though, pretty happy with it. Kenke latte pouch, get out. 2 messages deleted by moderator. Oh no, Blackbrook timed out JQ for 75 seconds. I see what's happening. I was only joking about that, mods, but thank you. I appreciate that. Right, okay, so I said earlier on you guys were going to get to pick which board we built today. Now, theoretically, I only own one Magic 3, but here's the rub. I could never decide between owning the blue board, the graphite blue, or the pink. So you guys are going to get to pick which board I actually own. The 3 for 2 is valid today. Yes, it is the correct discount for today. The same code as last week as well. So, if one of my trusty mods can bring up a poll, the poll should be, which Magic 3 should Jay own? You guys get to pick. Now, I haven't opened either of these. These are both technically from extras. I did pay for one during the pre-order period, but I specifically didn't pick which color I wanted. And that's because I couldn't decide and I was being silly. So these are 2 from the extras pile. We have a pink one here. Hold on, let me... There you go. You see this one is pink.
Tasty.
There you go, pink. That's option 1. Konyoto, it's for the discount today. There you go. That Stream Elements message, that's what you need to look at, Konyoto. Whenever we're live on stream, we do discounts for people. And it's usually different every week. It's something new every week. And the second option we have is the graphite blue. So those are the 2 choices today. Now, they're both a TKL. You guys get to pick. There is a poll up now. I am not going to vote in this one, but you guys get to pick which board I have, whether I have a pink one or I have a blue one. I know which one I prefer to have, but I'm not going to say. if you pick the blue one, the choices for keycaps today will be GMK Metropolis or GMK Calm Depths. If you pick the pink one today, the choices will be GMK Olivia or GMK Patisserie. And there is a final key set that will be available for both, which is DCS Deadbeats. So depending on which board you pick, there will be different keycaps available at the choice when you guys get to help me pick keycaps later on. So make your choice, pick well. I can either be using a pink one or a blue one here. Let's see what you kind of go for. Look at the wall of switches. Those are keycaps, not switches. If you mean this over here, those are keycaps. They're all GMK sets, or mostly GMK sets. There's some other smattering of other things in there as well, but they're mostly GMK sets. Blue, 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 pink, 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 DCS. I don't think the poll is going to be even remotely close. Yeah, so I was actually kind of hoping that you guys would pick the blue because I have too many pink boards, but it doesn't look like blue's going to win. Why not 2 Magic 3s? I can't afford 2 Magic 3s, Mr. Gimp. Like, they are so expensive. And I just can't afford to justify 2, especially when I want a new coffee machine for at home. So, yeah. So I can't. Wait, blue's winning? Holy shit, that overtook somehow. Did someone hear me say I preferred the blue one? It was so far behind. I shouldn't have said because I wanted this to be completely honest, and I have abstained from voting. Wow, 250 votes for blue. Someone sunk their points into rescue me. Thank you so much, whoever that was. Can I see? Moons of Empire contributed 7,500 channel points. Wow. Can I see the poll details? Do I have to go into Twitch to see that? Where's the poll thing? Can I see any more details on that? Vote breakdown. Yeah, so Moons of Empire, JQ UK, Zava, Baroium, Tom Barnes, Dynamics, Mr. Gimp, Ygaz, 6306, and Old Star. Thank you so much for using your points to help me get the blue one. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Yep, I've just seen, I can see the breakdown. I had to look on Twitch, not in Streamlabs. Someone bombed it. Someone spent some points there. The blue kicked butt. Yeah, well done, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Giga Chad. Spent a few thousand as well. Contributed a few points. The blue is very underrated. Fight me. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. I shouldn't have said. I was trying not to say, and I only said because like blue was losing so much. I didn't actually expect anyone to go and vote for it like that. Fight me. The blue is great. I mean, there isn't a bad choice of colors. The creamy option as well was really good, but I kind of decided before I even wanted it that I wanted the pink or I wanted the blue. But there's no wrong choice here. Like, no matter what you picked, I wouldn't have been unhappy. So, yeah. I wanted to vote blue anyway, but it wasn't until someone else really decided to help. Thank you. I love blue as well. Just thought you'd have preferred pink. I have so many pink boards. Like, at one point I used to buy black boards pretty much exclusively, like most people who join the hobby do. And then I started buying all the random colours and stuff like that. And then it's about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, and I just started buying pink boards. And I have something like 18 pink boards now. So I needed to slow down on them. But either way, I wouldn't have been disappointed if you guys had picked pink for me. I wouldn't have been. So, on the 60%, oh, let's build that. On the 60%, I do have the HHKB in, not in the linen, in the other colour. What's the other colour? I've forgotten. No, it is in the linen. It is in the linen. I have the 60% HHKB in linen as well. So there we go. Every board needs to be a different colour. Dude, I have like 400 keyboards. I can't have them. There isn't 400 colours that you could do keyboards in, I don't think. Basic black in board enjoyers here, yep. It's such an expensive board, so pretty. Why so much? I'm guessing it's manufacturing cost. Yeah, so there's something like 60 screws in these. When you add it up, like there's a lot of stuff going on in them. But we'll see as we go through it. This will be my first hands-on with one of the Magic 3s. Which actually reminds me, I do have some solder PCBs for these that I haven't sold yet. So we could do this ISO, I think. Let's have a look at the plate. If the plate supports ISO and ANSI, but the PCB only supports ANSI, I will go and get a solderable PCB that should fit this, because some did get delivered with the boards. Let's plate supports ISO and PCB does too. Oh, does the PCB in here support ISO as well? Okay, great, fine, okay. I just knew we got some other PCBs in the other day, so we'll see. We'll see. If this doesn't, I can make it support ISO. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, shall we start to open up the board then and see what we've got here? So it comes in this lovely outside box. If you do buy one from us, this is how it comes shipped. It is sealed in this box. There's full tape on the edges. You can see it's just one of our batch because it says prototypist. And there's a lovely little tear tab across here, which didn't work very well. Let's try it from the other side. It's only the 60% that forces ANSI. Got it. There we go. Okay. So in here, we can now open up the box. What do we have here? We have a box we can put to one side. And we have hopefully I can get a solder PCB board. I can't remember how it comes. I haven't had a look at the specs, so we'll have a look at it, Trojan. But yeah, if you pick up one of the extras, we can make sure you get it ISO. Don't worry about that. Gonna regret not buying one of these. We have this lovely little open tab here. I don't think I have a knife to hand, so I'm gonna have to use flush cutters, but and look, it's got little love hearts on it. The Magic 3. 2023, the Magic 3. I like that. Top box. It's got the little bunny logo on it. Have a look in there in a second. Have some spare screws. Have some spare screws and washers. I think that's for plate standoffs. Have some spare connectors. Have some spare screws and feet. And then in here, I think we have foams, which we'll probably use. And we have another one of these envelopes. Let's take a look at the bunny envelopes first of all. Oh, actually, I might not have a plate for it. Let's have a look and see what this supports. I think this is just going to be an ANSI only hot swap build for today. Let's just build this ANSI hot swap for today, but we will get a solder ISO build going at some point for it. There's the PCB. And it does have the little bunny logo there. Yeah, I've definitely got the PCBs. I don't know if I've got any plates that support ISO. I don't think the plates can support it. If it does and I'm wrong, then I'll go get a solder PCB. Oh, it does. Here's the plate. Interestingly, matches the other board in color. So we can go get a solder PCB and make this ISO. So we have got a victory here for ISO because we've got the opportunity to build it in ISO. I just need to go get the other PCB from downstairs. So there we go. That's that. Let's take a look at the board first, though. Time to go get a solder PCB. 100%. First of all, look at this box. How cute is this box? How cool is that? Oh, look how nice this is.
Tasty.
True Blaze, thank you so much for being here. Let's open the box up and see what we have inside. God, that's got some weight to it. That's a lovely, lovely box. Right, first of all, we have a little packet of something here. Should we take a look and see what this is? Oh, this is the build guide. That's nice. I like. So there's a full-on build guide here, depending on whether you've got the TKL or not. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this. This is just so nice. It's even got details for the software, links to get the software from. It's just very well thought out, isn't it? And we're not going to use that. We're going to just ignore that that exists because I don't need it until I do. As well as that, there is some parts in here. I kind of want to try and take a look at these without actually popping the board out. So I'm going to just try and flick these out. I don't want to spoil the board for myself, but I want to see what these are first. It's just so nice. It's got a 3 on it. It's got the stitching around the edges. I'm going to assume that these are like an alternative part that we can put in. Oh, so nice. Look at that. Yeah, they sit next to the bunny. Yeah. Pop them there. Okay, are we ready to take a look at what the blue board looks like? Let's put the boxes back together properly first.
Incredible.
Yeah, those are the extra parts, yeah. That makes sense. You prefer a nice carry case instead of a fancy box? Did I see the Xmas bunny attachments for the Matrix Nevi? No, I did not. No, I did not. We have defeat. ISO was too strong. ISO is just nice and comfortable for me, so it's just a personal preference. Thank you, True Blaze, for the sub as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, let's take a look at the board then. Look at this. It looks good already. I don't think we've been offered the opportunity to run them, but I wasn't aware of them, so. Oh man, this looks so good. Look at that sparkle. Look at it. Look how nice that looks. So we can have these as like matching. Well, they don't match the case. They're slightly different colors, you can see, but we can have these as flat black like this as well if we wanted to. And we've got to remember, guys, every single part here, those silver and black triangles, they're all individual parts with their own screw. It just looks so good. The little teal accent that'll match the plate, so nice. Oh, they're even textured. Like these little teal accents where the Matrix badge is, they're even textured. Look at that. There is like protective cover on this as well that I haven't taken off. It is just so nice. Look at the teal on the back. This is just lovely. This is just such a nice thing. Okay, I'm a little bit in love with this keyboard already. And we haven't even put it together yet. Now we can change the USB side as well. So on these you can put the USB port from here to here and you can just flip that bar around. We're not going to do that. I'm going to leave it the way it is. But it is all milled, so there's like a little pocket in there where you can move the daughter board over. Oh man, I'm so happy with this already. Look how good it's going to look with the teal plate. Which is even got a little Matrix bunny on it. Oh, we've got some Navy sets for you guys to pick from. Yeah, we've got a couple pulled to one side. Right, okay. I think I think what we need to do is we need to have a poll on foams. So if my lovely moderators are around, can we have a poll set up for foams or no foams? And I'm going to go grab a solder PCB that'll work in this. So we get the poll up, we'll run the poll on, and I'll try and go get a PCB for this straight away. Demotex says, I'm an ugly carry beats even the nicest box. It does, I agree. I personally prefer to sell keyboards in carry cases as well, but there is something nice about a nice box every now and again. Do I keep the nicer keyboard boxes? What you can't see is on top of these cupboards behind me, it's full of keyboard boxes. Yeah. No foam, poll over. Right, while that poll is running, you guys can pick whether we're going to have foams inside this or not. There is 2 foams. We're probably going to use the PE sheet either way, but you can pick whether we have the foam in between the key set, in between the switches and plate, and whether we have the foam in the bottom case or not. But we will be using the PE sheet either way. So I'll let you guys vote for the foams or no foams, and I'm going to go grab a solder PCB. I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, I am back and I have a solder PCB. No foam. Without foam seems to be winning. This stream will give me some FOMO, I reckon. Got a Navy set? Yeah, we've got Navy keycap sets, don't worry. Fluffy keeps. No. Silverfish likes boxes since it's cardboard. We don't really get silverfish here in West Yorkshire. No way are we PE foaming this. Why not? Why not? PE foam gives that really nice creamy sound. And given the fact that this is my keyboard, I'm going to put it in. Okay, so we have got Matrix Magic 3 solder PCB, so we can solder this board. Prefer solder to hot swap. And yeah, we're going to use that today. So should be good.
Tasty.
Let's put the case to one side. I can see that no foams are going to win, so we're just going to take the PE sheet out of here. 4 months, thank you so much, Slice of Me. Let the man build what he wants. We're not putting the foams in, I've already decided no foams. Because you guys have voted for no foams, so the foams aren't happening. There you go. And we won't even put the foam in the bottom of the case, we'll take that out. But we are going to use the PE sheet. You can call me a heathen if you want. You already got to pick what colour of board I have. I think the least I can do is pick whether I have PE foam in it or not. PE sheet is also foam. Is it though? Is it though? Okay, so here's the PCB we're going to use. I'm just going to make sure everything lines up compared to the other PCB. It does. Even the cutout hole works in the same spot, so everything looks good. We can definitely use this. Just going to check on the connectors. So for we're going to use the bottom connector there. We don't need the ribbon cable, and we're going to be using this power cable over here. Yeah, so that all makes sense. Cool. So that it is going to work. That is going to work for us, guys, which is really good. Yes, don't worry, we're going ISO. As far as I know, tangerines are not being made at the moment, so we can't stock them even if we wanted to. If you wanted a creamy sound, why not use a Zoom? Why use a 1K keyboard? Like, I have built probably 4,000 or 5,000 keyboards in the past 7 or 8 years I've been into keyboards. I like keyboards, and I like these keyboards. I'll build it how I want. I'm giving you guys so many choices in terms of like what color I have and what keycaps we pick, and you're going to get to pick what switches as well in a few minutes. So, you know, like my choice of having a PE sheet or not, you can either like it or not like it. I don't care. Like, it's my choice. It's my keyboard. It's as simple as that. ISO, am I right? Don't worry, Anonymous Biker. It's going to be ISO. We're going to build it as ISO. I'm really liking the plate color. The plate color is cool. The plate color is really cool. It works really well with the keyboard because the keyboard does have this kind of teal color on it as well in a couple of places, like here as well. So it's going to work really well. You're acting like foam is permanent too. You can always change it out if it's not good in the end. Yeah, like we're going to have more than one build for this ultimately as well, because I've got some more plates coming, I think. So we are going to have multiple builds for this or something. I want to board that teal colour. Well, this is a TGR Koala. You're probably not going to get that particular board, but it's quite cool. Right, okay, so the next thing we need to do is get some stabilizers ready. In fact, actually, no, the first thing we need to do is snap off the edge of the PCB. So let's do that. Get the other side. The world would be a better place if people didn't argue about foams. It's like such a non-issue as well. Like, people get upset that someone else has put foams in their own keyboard. Like, if someone's building your keyboard for you and you don't want foams in it, that's fine. But this isn't like a customer build or anything else. It's my build, so I'll have it my way. Thank you. So the bits that I snapped off, these are actually used for a couple of things. During the PCB manufacturing process, what they allow the manufacturers to do is to make sure that they go back to back, so they can have another PCB that starts with one of these directly here, so you can have multiple in a row without worrying about getting your mill lines crossed over and stuff like that. It also allows you to protect things like this in shipping. So these little round standoffs for the stabilizers, those are protected because they're covered by something in shipping, and it also protects all of the edges in shipping as well, and it takes 2 seconds to snap them off. It's just like a little protective thing, and they also use them for alignment. So the other thing that you'll see is when they're trying to align the sheets, they actually use that little circle there and that little circle there as alignment on the sheet beds for where the CNC needs to be to mill the shape of the PCB out as well. So they use those as kind of like structuring points, because what they'll do is they'll literally cut the outside shape of this out, and this will all be in one piece, and then they'll solder all of the components on, and then they'll put it into another little CNC machine that'll cut out all of this inside bit. It'll cut out the switch holes and everything else. So yeah, so that's what they use it for. Just a couple of different stages, effectively. It's like a hook that goes onto a certain point. So you're always using the same the same marker to cut the rest of the shape out, so everything's uniform across all of the PCBs. It's like a jig, effectively. Jig and protects the PCB. Right, we need some stabilizers, and I forgot to get some out, so time to grab some stabilizers. One of these days I will remember to prepare some stabilizers before the stream starts. Okay. So we need one for full backspace. Let's use some TX stabilizers. We need one for full backspace, one for right shift, one for ISO enter, and one for the spacebar. Let's also use a pack of those. Let's see if we've got some golden wires. See if we've got a 7U golden spacebar wire here. That looks like it might be 7U. Test it up against this PCB. That is 7U, and we need some 2Us. We've got 1, 2. That's not gold. 1, 2, 3. 3. There we go. There we go. So we have our, yeah, these are TX stabilizers. Yeah, we've got our TX stabilizers here. That's what we're going to put in the board today. The first job is to lubricate them. I'm just going to get my little solder mat out. So we can keep any lubricant off the desk. And here we go. Get our lubricant ready. Cool. The thing with stabs is I don't think any stabs are better than any other. I think all stabs can be tuned to be reasonable, and the best stab is no stab. So all these competing brands, I'm yet to be convinced that anyone can actually physically tell the difference in a blind test. This particular lube tub, since this, I want to say September. How dare I, Gouty? How dare I do what? It looks so different between the two cameras. Yeah, well, it's because they are different cameras. Like, colors are going to look different between the two cameras. Like, this blue is going to look really different, mainly because light shines in different directions. And if we have this camera as in actual color, everything looks really dark. I can up the see. What I can do is I can up the saturation a little bit here, but it just blows out the colors too much because this is a Sony Alpha A7 camera, and we're using a Insta360 for the face cam, so it kind of blows out the colors too much, makes them a little bit unrealistic. How dare I build my board how I want to? I know. I always felt like the lube tub is the biggest flex on the stream. It's not supposed to be a flex. Like, I use it professionally, guys. Like, it's just one of those things. In fact, I have got a couple of customer builds I need to try and do this week before Christmas and get them out, which I'm going to try and do Monday night, and then hopefully ship them on Tuesday. Most people won't be running calibrated monitors anyway, so it's always a crapshoot. This is the thing, and the thing is, like, the color and the lighting in here changes over the course of the year, because at some points in the year, like, I'm streaming in a room that's lit by the sun as well, and then at this sort of time of year, it's only artificial light. So, yeah. I think the next time that Tim comes by, he's going to properly color calibrate both of the cameras, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get some blackout blinds for the summer so we can try and keep it decent. Like a tub of Sudocrem, it'll last forever. Sadly, lube does not last forever. Solder all the way unless you swap out the switches a lot. I personally prefer soldering keyboards. It feels more secure, it feels more permanent. It doesn't feel like I'm going to have to go and fix things when switches stop working because they've worked their way loose. I don't know, maybe I'm old school, maybe I just like a certain way, but there's no right or wrong answer. Hot swap are pretty reliable these days. I think because I've been in the community so long, when hot swap first started to become a thing, it was kind of flaky and unreliable, and it's just got better over time. Talking about lube and blackout curtains is going to get you banned. Well, the blackout curtains are just to keep colour consistent on the cam. Like, wait until I put a hot tub in the background. Then none of you would watch if I was in a hot tub. Like, literally everyone would turn it off, because no one wants to see that. I once told on my work Freebird as having the keys come out when I'm changing caps is super annoying, especially when using the O-ring mount. Yeah, but it is. Lube might last forever, but last 5 minutes is needed. Wait, what? Like, the lube in these will last a good 18 months before it needs tuning and touching up. At least in my experience. I think we've upset Sky and she's turned off the stream. Team of Texas, the GMK wall. Yeah. What lube is that and why does it look like that? It's 205 grade 2. Krytox 205 grade 2. And it looks like lube. It's just how lube looks when you get it in big bulk. Like when you buy it from a vendor, this is how they get it, and they decant it from this into smaller tubs. Come on, snap back in. There we go. I did not want to go back together. Does your Krytox not dry out? Mine sometimes does it after a few months. Not in these big tubs, no. Sometimes I give it like a shake and it'll mix it back up. Like that's something we do every now and again. Like if you gently warm the tub and then give it a good shake, that helps. But it tends to separate after a while, so you get some of the parts that are a bit thicker than others, and some parts where it's just a little bit oily. Because what Krytox, like the grades of Krytox are, is like a grease mixed with an oil, and the more oil you add, the lower the grade. So grade 0 has more oil than grade 2. Grade 2 is therefore thicker. You can buy the oil separately, like 105, 205, that kind of thing. Those are the oils. So they will separate over time. You just need to mix them together back together. But because of the nature of greases, if you use like a spoon to mix it or something like that, or a whisk, you will lose enough to do like 3 or 4 keyboards worth on the implement that you're using to whisk it with. So yeah. How is the XOX70, Jay? They're great boards. They're really great boards. I think we've sold out of the XOX70s though now. Lube works well on 3D prints if needed. Yeah, the only print I've ever needed to put lubricant on was the kind of like Planetary Gear coffee WDT tool. You're a better bot than the actual bot. He just knows what time the bot's going to ping, so he's got a timer on his phone set so that he does it just before. I bet. Yeah, you got a timer or an alarm, maybe Alexa, maybe Google, I don't know, maybe on your phone. Instinct. Okay. I haven't tried the new TXAP screen version though. We used to stock them, and then a couple of other vendors started to stock them, so this is like the last of the stock that we had. So it just kind of seemed pointless us having them as well. So I haven't stocked them. We are going to stock the Swag Keys stabilizers though. We should have some of those very early in the new year. So if you're keen to try the Swag Key stabilizers out, which look quite good, I'll have them on stream, and we'll also put some in stock. My current favourites though are probably the new QMX stabilizers from GMK, just because of the way that they prevent dust ingress. Yeah, you tell me anything, Robert. You've got a timer on your phone. I think the QMK one. Sorry, no, it's not QMK. QMX. Sorry, the QMX ones are vastly underrated. I think at the minute, like, people don't talk about them ever. All you see is TX stabs, and don't get me wrong, the TX stabs are good. Like, I wouldn't use them if they weren't, but I think most stabs are much of a muchness. Like, they're gonna sound like stabs, right? Like, you can only do so much with stabilizers. Those asking, it is Krytox. There you go. 205 grade 2. QMX stab reset when in the new year. We've got some on order. Okay, let's get these into the PCB, and then we can start. Well, then we can pick switches. Then you guys can pick whichever switches you'd like to see in the board. Okay, where does ISO want to be? It wants to be there. Hold on, my screwdriver's the wrong way around. Just going to use our implement to push this one in. There we go. Cool. Okay, now what we're going to do is going to flip it over, and we're going to lock all of these into place using the little tabs. Just going to tear one off, and then these just push into the clips that we push through the PCB, just to hold them in place, make sure they can't come loose. Nice and simple. Speaking of switches, what should everyone have a look at the 3 for 2 today? I don't know. Key sets probably. I think that's probably the best deal for it. Still can't beat cherry clip-ins. I don't have a problem with cherry clip-ins. I still have a ton of cherry clip-ins actually from. There used to be a really nice guy called Faxer, and he used to sell them. Cherry clip-ins. I still have tons and tons of them off of him. I haven't spoken to him in ages. I might have to just drop him a message to see how he's doing, because yeah, he was a really nice guy. And sadly, I've probably not thought about him for a long time, and he was a good friend. Stab Daddy, indeed. Okay. Okay, that's our stabilizers now done. Which means it's time to pick switches. Now, if I wasn't soldering this, I would put the standoffs in place. I don't think we're going to need the standoffs because we are soldering this board, so I'll put those to one side. Do you know what? I haven't put the PE foam in. Which of these do I need to pull out to put the PE foam in? Or can I just make a couple of little edit cuts? Oh, okay, so we can just do 2 little tiny cuts to put the PE foam in here. Okay, let's do that now. That's one. That allows us to tuck that part under there nice and neatly, and then we need one more just across there. There we go. That's the PE sheet in place as well. Can't find him on Discord? Oh, that's a shame. I have got his email. I'll try and reach out to him and see how he's doing. Jagbing a screwdriver down from a PCB. I wasn't pushing the screwdriver down the PCB. It was the flat end, and it was just on the thing. It wasn't going to slip off or anything like that. I had full control of it. So it's fine. People worry too much about things like that sometimes. Like, I'm semi-professional at this. Gonna just cuddle him instead. Sure, we just used to call Faxer the Stab Daddy because he was the daddy of selling stabilizers. So that's it. It's a little blanket to keep the PCB warm. Nice. Right, okay, time for you guys to pick some switches then. So if we have a lovely mod ready to put up the next poll, we can do the switches. You guys can pick the switches. There are only 2 choices today. You can pick Pom piano switches, good old trusty Pom pianos, or we can pick some I actually picked up off Sirajiman a couple of weeks ago. You can pick up some Gateron Irenes, which have been lubed with Tribusys 3204. A little bit out of my usual wheelhouse, but there is 86 in here, and those are the 2 choices. So, Gateron Irenes or Pom piano switches. Lovely mods. I've got a poll up. You can vote and let me know what switches you'd like me to use. If you haven't seen Irenes before, they are these. Pretty cute. These have also been filmed with Desk Keys films as well, and they have 60-gram springs in from Geon, so they are quite highly modified. So I'll let you guys pick which switches you'd like to see today. Irenes, I need to do a Google. We did sell them at PT, so you should be able to find our listing. So we're rocking the Australian Haptics mat again today. Yeah, so it's a new desk mat that I bought, and I don't want to get solder on it. So we're putting... Wait, what? Why did Siri connect to my headphones then? My phone's not even connected to these. What? What happened there? I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, we've got those 2 choices for switches, but we did sell the Irenes, so you guys pick. I'm comfortable with either switch here. Piano Man's been played too often. Oh, we have the piano switches are good. That's why. While you guys pick, I'm just going to go turn the heater off because it's getting really warm in here now. There we go. Yeah, 3 for 2 on in-stock key sets, guys. If you are interested in buying some key sets, you can go to prototypist.net and using the code StrimmerKeys at checkout will get you a 3 for 2 on any in-stock key sets or child kits. So you can get 3 base kits for the price of 2, or you can get 3 child kits for the price of 2, or any other combination thereof. So definitely have a look. Really need some deep blue switches for this board. What were those really dark blue switches that had the flex in them? Was it the Hoshikura or Hazakura switches? No, not Hazakura. Hoshi something or other switches. Musetsu's as well were the other ones, but they were kind of like a white colour with sparkly bits. West German MX Blues would really set this board apart from the other. So I actually do have some original 1980s MX Blues with the dark stem, which are pretty rare, but I haven't desoldered them from the board that they came in. And there isn't enough for this either. There's only like 65 in the board, so... Thoughts on MX Purples? They're just Ergo Clears that are recoloured, right? So they'll be the same switch. But good luck to Glasses, because he sold out so many of them. So yeah, congratulations to him. Hoshizuras, that's the one I was thinking of. Yes, Hoshizuras. Right, Irenes have won, so we're going to be using Gateron Irenes today. Clickies one day. Maybe. I'm not a Clickies fan, so any Clickies that I do use will be few and far between. I'm hoping that these switches are okay, because as I say, they came from someone else who's never lubed switches from me before, so I did buy these from Sirajiman. Oh, we have an issue already. These don't actually clip into the plate. So I've just had you vote on some switches. Unless it's just that one switch. Yeah, these don't even... Hold on, let me flip over the camera. These don't actually clip into the plate. Well, I didn't put any foam in here, did I? This is slightly concerning. Do the Pom pianos clip in? We may be having a veto moment here. Let's see if these clip in. If these clip in, we're gonna have to use these. Okay, it's not even a contest. Like, I don't think I can get this out by hand. Okay, I can't even pull that out, and these just don't even hook in. So we're not using these. They're not going to be fine. The plate's not going to sit up. The plate's going to drop down. These are going to go in the giveaway pile. This is where you only rig the votes, which can't be vetoed. MX2A sample bag. I did send some MX2A samples out. I do have some clickies from the MX2A sample bags. We might give them away. So we are going to do a stream. I think it's going to be Friday night coming. And what we're going to, I think, I'll confirm it during the week. And what we're going to do is we're going to just basically play marbles for a couple of hours and give away shit. I've got all the stuff from Strategy Man that I didn't use and want to keep, such as the Irenes now. And a ton of other stuff. There's key sets and things. We're going to play marbles. We're going to give stuff away. We're just going to have a whale of a time. So I'll confirm on Discord when that's going to be. But I think it's going to be Friday coming, I think. Just trying to make sure this aligns correctly. Just want to get this. Switch it. There we go. Okay, now we can put the rest of the switches in. I'm just going to put switches around the corners just to make sure the PE foam sheet is correct. There we go. Can we order a takeaway as well? Yeah, we could do like, I can order like a takeaway here and I can eat something and we can stream and we can play play marbles all night and just generally have some fun. It'll be a nice little stream. Of course, everything won't ship until the new year, but we can all cope with that, right? There we go. Okay. These are just going in to hold the PE sheet in place so that it's not going to slide around and it's aligned above all the holes. There we go. Excited for MT New, looks lovely on the desk. Yeah, MT New's on the keyboard there. It's really cool as MT New. Do you have the MT New standard color samples? Yeah, we do. Don't convert them to hex colors because it just never works. That's a really bad idea. You can get the sampler from visiting a vendor that has the samples, such as us, or you can you will be able to order them from GMK at some point in the future, but I don't think they have them yet. Spain for Christmas, Gemma. Spain for Christmas. Why am I not invited? I feel like I need to be in Spain for Christmas as well. How do you manage to bend both pins on that switch? Oh, we didn't. There we go. Stupid family friends coming to dinner on Stupid Friday. Oh no, I'm sorry, Mr. Blackbrook. Why does that switch? Some of these switches just don't want to go in properly. And then other ones are in fine. Okay, I think we've got it now. Who needs a day at the races when you can have a cheeky barbs? Yeah. Some of these switches just seem to need an extra bit of a press to get them in place, which is interesting. Everyone's invited. Don't invite me to Spain, because I would just leave my family and go to Spain, I reckon. No, Christmas will be nice with the family. It'll be nice. I did, because like we're going to my mother and father-in-law's, I did get roped in to be the one that has to pay for all of the food and stuff this year. I mean, they're going to pay me back, don't get me wrong, it's not like I pay and they don't pay me back, but like, oh, you just buy it all up front, Jay. Like, £700 later. Like, oh yeah, that's fine, you know. Oh, right, so what's going on here? Why does that switch not want to fit? Okay, there we go, it's in. Yeah, Sicket's linked it. There you go. So yeah, you can pick them up from there. Don't convert them to hex codes though. That's just looking for issues with like converting things to hex codes doesn't really work that well. It's not like a good way of managing color space. Bear in mind that if you're going to start matching colors with GMK, you need to have a D65 capable light box for samples and things. They actually provide a list of the boxes that they know have been calibrated to the correct specs. No booze, no, apart from one bottle of wine. That's just on food, basically. We made a list as a family, and that's what it's cost me for food so far. So that's the turkey, the ham, the beef, and the lamb, plus the well, we're not having turkey actually, we're having capon this year. Yeah, plus like everything else. We've got to go to the farm shop to pick it up on Saturday morning, I think. So yeah. When I'm in my desk chair in Spain without the spin. Wait, no, sane. What? £100 champagne for the £600 cheese wheel. So the wine bill is separate. My father-in-law is actually sorting the wine out. As a family, we get through a lot of wine. Like we'll be there for a week, and my wife's brothers will be there at the same time as well. We will probably go through 30 or 40 bottles of wine in that time. We get through a lot of wine. And someone, Jelly, was kind enough to send us a bottle of champagne for Sharon, who is my mother-in-law, a few days ago. So thank you very much for that. We will definitely be enjoying that. I think Sharon said she wanted us to have that for breakfast on Christmas morning. Can customers visit PT? Do you have keyboards for customers to test? So yes, you can visit PT. Bear in mind that we are a warehouse first rather than an actual physical shop. Obviously we do have a location, but it's a warehouse first. So you need to email us and arrange a visit. It would be the new year before we could accommodate one at the moment. That's just for insurance purposes. I just need to ring the insurers and let them know we're going to have a customer in on that particular day, because we don't generally have customers here. So we can then arrange like a visit for you, up to like an hour. We don't really have the boards that we sell available for you to test. The reason for that is because like we make like 5 or 10 quid per board. We'd have to sell thousands and thousands of boards to be able to afford to have boards out on test. That being said, we do have some prototypes. We do have some of my personal collection that you will be able to test as well. So there will be things to press and play with and stuff like that if you did pop by. So yeah, it's usually good if you can come by with an idea of what you're looking for as well. It's like a rough idea of what sort of type of keyboard you want to look for. I was working with keyboard layout editor, but then just using the GMK color codes when referring to which colors we wanted. Yeah, okay. I mean, I still wouldn't use the hex codes for even that. It's just such a bad way of doing it. Better to just do some proper renders and base it on Pantones and RAL codes. That's the best way to do it. Oh yeah, I didn't update the build, Alex OP. So we were going to build a Long Man. Unfortunately, the Long Man was not complete when I took it out of the box. And we were missing some parts. So we're actually building a Matrix Magic 3 today instead. I just didn't get a chance to update the command. These are Pom piano switches. 100% discount when you visit wearing balaclava. If anyone tries to rob me, well, first of all, I wouldn't have any of it. This is my livelihood. Like, someone tried to rob me, they would know about it. They would find out pretty quickly that it was not a good idea.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Thank you so much, Super Hands, for the Prime sub. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, they would 100% find out it was a bad idea to come and try and rob PT as soon as it got in the door. But I don't like jokes about that because I know it happened to KFA a couple of years ago, and it's happened to other vendors as well, so it's not something that's fun to joke about. If you rub me, you'll wake up with my foot up your ass, let me put it that way. You'd be leaving with something and it wouldn't be anything keyboard related. So all I'm doing is literally just heating up one pin, pushing the plate and PCB together through the switch as tight as it should be, and then letting the solder reflow, just to hold everything correctly, neatly and tidily. Dead simple, dead easy. Okay, just do one in this top corner and then one in the middle. Don't know if you can hear those little clicks, but that's when I'm just reheating the solder, letting things move back together correctly. Come on. Okay, that should hold everything nicely. Just checking to make sure everything's in place right. There's a little bit of a bow here. Just going to fix that. Just about sorted now. I think this switch will be the last one that we need to do this with, just to hold things tightly together. Okay, that looks really good now. Everything looks good. We can start soldering properly. Okay, get your questions in then. Tango says, will DCS Midnight Rainbow possibly be a thing? No, but we are working with GMK already on the next version. So yeah, it's going to happen is Midnight Rainbow, but it's going to come back through GMK again. The reasons for that, because GMK is just like, even though with some of the other providers are really good, personally I still haven't found anything that beats GMK for me, so that's why we're going to stick with it. There's a potential, if the popularity is there, for us to look at MT New, because I can approve the colours pretty much instantly with them, so we'll see how that goes. DCS is a little bit of a, although I personally love DCS, I think it'd struggle to make MOQ. Like, we had DCS Alchemy at 50% off for a year, and we had to take it off sale because no one was buying it. So, like, it's just one of those things. Next question comes from Gauss. Says, if you were Sander, what kind of Santa would you be? I didn't know there were different types of Santa. What do you, Gauty? Please give me some examples of some different types of Santa so I can understand that question further. I'm not quite sure I get what that means. Dynamic says, Jay, when choosing the colours with the TGO on your desk right now, what were your other ideas and colour combos? So, I thought about doing something all black and doing like a blackout stuff, which is pretty cool, and I do like that kind of colourway. But I wanted to do something funky. It's a one-off board that no one else will ever have, and I wanted to do something that would just kind of match that. I did consider doing all yellow. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible with the manufacturer that TGR were using for these boards. And then Miami was always the colour scheme that kind of kept coming back to, and I think it came out great. Like, it just came out so nice. I actually wanted to use GMK Miami Nights for it, but Josh stole that off me, so I don't actually have that key set anymore. So yeah, so if anyone's selling Tokyo Nights, sorry, GMK Tokyo Nights, then please let me know. Robot Mikey, I can see you liking all my stories because my watch is vibrating on my wrist like a madman. So thank you very much for liking all of those stories on Insta. I appreciate that. So yeah. You have 3 Christmas wishes. What am I wishing for? It's going to be crap and people are going to judge me on this one, but world peace. I just want everyone to bloody get on. Like, all this stuff that's happening around the world where people don't get on, just let's get on. Let's get on with each other. I don't like this whole not getting on with each other stuff, like Gaza and Palestine and everything. So I don't know if there's a real life fix for that. I suspect there's probably not. Oh, I've just soldered this switch and it's nowhere near where it needs to be. Okay, we might have to desolder that switch and resolder it. I'm not happy with that switch. We might come back to it. It's the up arrow. Remind me at the end of the stream to come back to the up arrow if I'm not happy with it. We'll see how it looks when it's put together. So yeah, so the first wish would be for world peace. I just think it needs to be done. The second wish would be selfish, and it'd be for me, and I want a Kenmiri skyline, so I'd wish for a Kenmiri skyline. So yeah, I wish for that. Third wish, I would wish that all of my friends and family were happy. And the reason for that is because a lot of people I know and I care about just struggle with happiness in general, and I wish that wasn't a thing. I wish that they were just happy and content and had everything they needed in lives to feel that way. So yeah, I don't think it's possible for me to get that for everyone, but I'd like to be able to get it for my close friends. I hope those are good enough for you, and I hope you can appreciate those. Jennifer just says, what's your favourite tactile switch? Probably Anubis's or BBN tactiles. Those are probably the two that I use most often recently. So I'd probably pick those two. I do quite like a good worn-in MX Brown, but I wouldn't really call them a tactile. I think they're a bad linear rather than a nice tactile. But yeah, I think Anubis and BBN tactiles are probably my choice there. Again, let me know if you agree or disagree. Enterless layout. Missing enter. Did I not put a switch in enter? I didn't, you're right. We can do that now though. Nice and easy to do. There we go. And we'll solder that straight away so we don't have to worry about it. There we go. Are we doing giveaways today? No giveaways today, Mango Rocky. The next giveaways will be on our actual giveaway stream for Christmas, which we're going to do possibly on Friday coming. It won't be on Sunday because I won't be at home to stream. But we'll play lots of marbles and we'll give a load of stuff away. I've got a load of switches and keycap sets to give away. So no giveaways today. But plenty on our Christmas stream. I'll announce on the Discord server when the Christmas giveaway stream is going to be. I'm hoping for Friday, but I just need to sign off on a few things with family before I can do that. What is the most overrated flavour of crisps? Overrated flavour, prawn cocktail, because it's just basically salt and vinegar. It's salt and vinegar with a bit of sweetener added to it. So yeah, prawn cocktail is probably the most overrated flavour in crisps, I think. That being said, I did get some today from the shop on the way to the workshop for my lunch tomorrow, which are Tesco's finest. And these are Pigs in Blankets flavour. Pigs in Blankets flavour crisps. They're for lunch on Monday. If anyone's tried them, let me know what you think to them. I'm kind of excited to try them. I imagine they're just going to taste a little bit like smoky bacon though. Curious Panda says, if there's an infinite number of universes where every possibility is realized, would there not be a universe where that isn't true and therefore be a paradox and we all explode, or what? Asking for a friend. Okay, so Curious Panda. So what you're talking about is the kind of theory within physics whereby every single decision point, both options come true, and one universe has the correct output, one universe has the incorrect output, or whatever it is, the yes or the no, the binary code. Effectively, every binary change in the universe creates a new universe. So you can't have a universe where that isn't true, because all of the universes sprout from a universe where that is true. So your base start point, where the original universe makes a decision, which is effectively, is the universe going to work this way or not? Or the multiverse going to work this way or not? And it's yes or no. If we live in the universe that said yes, then it's true. If we live in the universe where it said no, then it's not true. So that's the kind of first decision point of the universe, where it all branches out from there. So theoretically, if that does happen and there is a new universe created for every decision within a universe, then there is no universe where no decisions were ever made. Make sense? Not a paradox. What's my perfect Sunday? A nice long walk with the dog, a good Sunday dinner with some friends and family, probably a good bottle of wine, because why not? A nice little stream of you guys, and then a little bit of TV before bed. That's probably a good Sunday for me. Get up late, like 9 o'clock, something like that. Have a bit of a lie-in. Spend some time with the wife and the dog. Go for a nice walk. Nice Sunday dinner. Chug a couple of nice coffees in there somewhere. Nice stream like this with you guys watching, and then just chill out afterwards at home, watch an episode of TV or two, and then get to bed. That sounds like a pretty good Sunday to me. What was the most rewarding part of creating your own line of boards? Getting them in people's hands. The first time we did a JO1 and someone else got it and they like messaged me and said, oh, it arrived today, I'm going to build it. Like my heart skipped a beat. It was like falling in love, but not in the same time. It's a very rewarding thing to have something that you've created and spent so much time creatively on getting into people's hands. Sometimes it's a relief, sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse, but either way, it's always like very, very rewarding having something you've designed, developed, and taken care of, something that's basically the fruit of your loins in a way, just being in someone else's hands and them appreciating that. Oh, we've got no switch there. Why am I soldering that? It's a win-keyless board. Jay, wake up. So yeah, so I think that's probably the most rewarding thing. Okay, next question is from Robert Mike. He says, would you ever do a dog walk stream in the future? Nice scenery and workshop doggo content would ever get everyone tuned in for sure. Maybe. I think the issue with that is connectivity. Like a lot of the places where I walk the dog, there is none. So maybe I'd consider it. Gareth says, did you know that the human body has something called a gas sampling reflex, which is how your body knows if it's a fart coming or something more substantial? Has your gas sampling reflex ever malfunctioned? Only once, but yes, I was aware that the body did this. So basically part of your sphincter is the muscle of your sphincter. There's a little cluster of cells in there that can tell, and basically what they do is they probe what's there before it passes through your first internal sphincter, not your actual external sphincter, to see whether it's just gas or whether it's actually a physical solid that needs to be evacuated. The only time it's ever failed me is when I was put on Ozempic to try and lose some weight with my doctor, and my body did not like that. Like both ends at the same time, you know, that's how bad it was. I will never take that stuff again. So yeah. So yeah, so I was aware of it. Yes, I've looked into it before. I know how it works. Only ever affected me once. Never affected me again. What keyboards coming in 2024 would you consider buying or selling? I don't know, man. Like we've got a lot of keyboards that we've already got contracts to sell in 2024. In terms of what I personally buy, like my tastes are pretty eclectic and pretty out there, so I tend to buy a lot of different stuff, really. You'll always see what I bought because it'll be on stream, so that's probably the easiest way to see. I don't think I have anything offhand that I can talk about at the minute. I would say yes, it's definitely something I would buy. I mean, the JO2 Blackout and SPC editions will be in stock in the new year as well, so maybe those. I don't know. What have you done in your life that you feel most guilty about? That's a good question. Probably the biggest thing I feel most guilty about. There was a girl called Helen who 20 years ago I treated like crap, and Helen might have been able to have been the one, and I did not treat her with the respect that she deserves. And if I could reach out to her and just apologize, like, I don't care if she wants to speak to me or not. I understand that she might not, but I would love to just have the chance to apologize to her. Unfortunately, I don't believe she exists on social media. I have no idea where she is. I have no idea what she's doing. And of course, I don't want to be with her now because I'm married and happy and everything else. But yeah, I probably owe her an apology for how I treated her. So yeah. Conversely, what have you done in your life that you feel most triumph of? Probably PT. Probably PT and getting married. Those are probably the two big things. I just realised as well that we've got a bent pin on the switch. I've already soldered a pin on, so we're going to have to try and fix that in a second. I checked everything apart from the switches I'd already soldered. Silly me. Okay. Right. Let's try and fix this this switch. Definitely a bent pin, yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up the pin that we've soldered and try and pull the switch at the same time. I think we should be able to do this. almost. There we go. I'm going to try and heat this all back up again to get it back into position. How have we bent that pin again? How have we managed that? I've just put it back in, straightened the pin up, and then I bent it, putting it back in. That's highly frustrating. There we go. That is now incorrectly. Okay, we'll just quickly solder this. And then I'll just go through and answer any more questions you've got quite quickly. Okay, let's catch up with the rest of the questions that you've raised. Talked about Gouties. Sexes, are you working with Joe from X-Plane producing his keycaps, maybe in GMK? I did message him a while ago when he said he was quitting, and we had a brief chat, but then I don't think anything else came of it. I can reach out to him again and see if we can do something. Can we get your jolliest ho 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 you can do? Ho ho ho! I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. What's the largest vehicle you've ever driven? Probably... What's the largest? Probably a fire engine is the largest I've driven, which is kind of the max I can do on my license as well. I can't drive anything articulated, but I can drive up to articulated. So it's probably the biggest thing I've ever driven. Demotex says, how do you feel? Does your this won't sell out quickly sense has improved over time? Yeah, like you guys like to point out the times when I'm wrong, but most of the time, like 99% of the time I'm right. So yeah. Why come back to the up arrow when you can fix it while it's all apart? So I have to desolder the switch for the up arrow because I've soldered both pins and it just wasn't quite flush. So what I was talking about, let me flip the camera over, is here. The switch isn't quite fully inserted into the PCB. It's kind of sat down just a tiny bit, like a fraction of a millimeter. And I'm not quite sure why, because it's fully clipped into the plate. It doesn't look like it's bowing out at all. It's not, or maybe it is slightly. The thing is, it just needs both pins heating up at the same time. Oh wait, I've just broken my USB port on the soldering iron. Wow. Oh well, it's like 4 years old. So I'll try and heat you both at the same time and just try and push it in a little bit more when the soldering iron gets warm. It's pretty close to it. It's close enough. Like it's like maybe 1/10 of a millimeter out. It may not make a difference once we've got the board built. We'll see. If it does, I can take it apart later. The Grail tactiles, not gonna lie. Solid choice for wishes. Glad you liked them. On the flip side, salt and vinegar go. Yeah, I like salt and vinegar crisps, yeah. I'm eating them now. Are you mad, crisps? I just don't like... It's not like I dislike prawn cocktail. They just basically taste like salt and vinegar. Like, there's just no discernible difference to me. So, no, I'm not mad. That's how I think it. Can confirm pigs in blankets are good. The Camembert ones they have are much better. Nice to know, thank you. What general changes do you see happening in the hobby next year? I think we'll see more people experimenting with different layouts. I think a lot of projects are going to struggle. I think we're going to still see more vendors disappear. It's kind of thing that's going to happen. A few of us are hoping for clickies at PT. We can ask one day, boss might allow it. We'll see. We'll see. Blast out in the Z. Do you know what? I love to drive the Z. I do. It's my favorite car to drive. What's the best ways to store the beans I got from you? If you're not going to use them anytime, like in an airtight container, if you're going to use them over the next week, that would be fine. If you're not going to use them over the next week or maybe 2, then freezer in an airtight container. All Dressed from Canada are the greatest crisps. Never tried them. I'll have to look out for them. Curated list of Switch's relic content cookies. That's true. Speaking of JO2, will the extras be available before or after Xmas? I fancy a blackout, especially after seeing that Topper build. After, they're not going to be. We've only got 3 working days before Christmas. Even if I wanted to, we couldn't QC all of JO2s in 3 days. So it's going to be after. Wish it could be around for the JO2 and the blackout edition. Looks like such a great board. Be in stock after Christmas. So there we go. Any specific coffee beans and mugs that you'd recommend when buying an espresso machine for the first time? Yeah, Typist Brew, but hold your horses on that, because in the new year I will have something to announce about coffee through me and some other people. So keep an eye out on that. So yeah. Actually dying, as always, thank you for your candor. Dude, I don't have a problem. Like, it happened once on a Zempic. Like, it was horrible. So yeah. Yeah. A little backroom section of the website could be fun. Nah, too much. What bunny colour? You guys picked blue for me. Any ideas on retail for the JO2? As low as I can price it. Like, I'm hoping it's not going to be much more than about 10 or 15 pounds above the group buy price. So we'll see. I can't guarantee that, but that's what I'm trying to aim for. Do you see a market for 100% Keep? Separate numpads are cool and all, but I would love something like Keychron Q6 but higher spec. QK100, the Zoom 98. Heine did the I can't remember the name of it now. He did one. Max West Foxtrot has done a couple of kind of like CP layouts, not really 100%. Matrix Labs have one actually. This board behind me, just here next to the Alpaca, that's a Matrix Labs 100% board called the Kane, I think, or is it the Able? I can't remember. And if we do it the JO3, which might come out later on 2024, that's potentially something we'll do as well. They need to come up with tweezers for the TS101, unless they haven't already. Tweezers for the soldering iron? Oh, I see what you mean, like heat tweezers. Sorry, yeah, that'd be great. Worcester sauce walkers are very good. Yeah. J Times Nescafe collection. No. Heidi's 1800. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called. Ibis. Yes, it was called the Ibis. Yeah. Yeah. I do have one somewhere. I think I've got a polycarbonate one somewhere.
Incredible.
Joseph Stavers, thank you so much for the Joseph Stavers, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, man. So yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, PT Coffee Bean Edition keycap incoming. No, so I can't tell you what's happening, but there is something happening in the coffee space, and it will make it very clear why we did Typist's Brew, but it's not ready to share yet, but it should be in early January. Yeah, it's not an IBIS, sorry, it is a HBCP that Demon Tech says. I've got a polycarbonate HBCP, sorry. That's what I have. What's my opinion on the DeLonghi beans coffee machines? Get a Sage instead. Sadwich Brie, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, get a Sage machine instead. Look at the new Sage machines. Actually look really, really good. They do a bean to cup one. It's kind of like black with silver. It's kind of very square and boxy. It looks very 80s. It's got like a big silver knob on it. So they're actually reasonable. You can get a reasonable coffee out of them, and by that I mean like 95% of what we can do here with the Londinium and the other grinders and stuff. So yeah, they're pretty good. Right, okay, so questions answered. Keyboard is soldered. It's now time to put the thing together. And then you guys can pick some keycap sets for it. Okay, so Gagia Classic is needed. I do not have a Duality TKL, no. That is not something I own. Order Sage and Black Friday, but they cancelled the order. Look at the new ones. The new ones are really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put on the little gasket socks that sit on top of the little nubbins, just like this. And this is going to allow the board to effectively be gasket mounted. And we're just going to pop these on here like so. you want a bean to cook machine, then 100% go Sage, but a separate grinder is best. Yeah, like I would say anyone should go with a separate grinder and coffee machine, and spend more on the grinder than you would think is reasonable. The more you spend on a grinder, the better. But yeah, I mean that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so sock's done, soldering done. It's time to take the board apart, and then let's put everything together. I'm gonna flip this over, and then figure out what size screwdriver we need. I think it's this one. Nope, this one up. There we go. How do people type vowels with umlauts in ANSI layout? PC language settings will do that for you. So if you set your PC language to the correct one, it'll change the characters to what the layout for that keyboard should be. Or sometimes you need to use Alt-GR as well. It really depends on the particular board, but yeah. How important are STB pads for TX clip-in? I've run out and want to build. I haven't used the STB pads personally. Yeah, the board is stunning. It really is something else. Okay, this should now be ready to come apart. And here we go. Let's look at the inside. So I've got the DOTS board for the LED here. That's going to plug into the board. This is just something else. This is so nice. We do need to plug the connector in just there. Just like so. And the other thing we need to do is plug in the connector for this one. So we just need to connect this through the PCB and plate. Oh, I shouldn't have plugged this in first, but anyway, here we go. And that's going to clip in to the bottom connector there. Just like so. I'm going to take that underneath. I'm going to lay that down first. Make sure that all lines up nicely. Why is that not sitting down? There we go. Everything's looking good. Now we can put the screws back in. The socks are for the top mount screws, not for gasket mount. Wait, what? I wasn't going to top mount this, I was just going to leave it as gasket mount. Does that actually need screwing in? Really? It seemed fine without being screwed in. Let's try and take this apart and have a look. Pretty sure I never screwed together my XV3 either. Let's have a look. I don't think they need to be screwed in. Okay, we'll screw it in. We'll do a screw in. They have like washers. Yeah, I get how they work, yeah, but I don't think I had to do them before. What's my favourite matrix board? I don't know. I couldn't pick just one. Like, there's too many nice ones. Flathead screwdriver. I do have a flathead somewhere. That'll do. Yeah, I don't think I could pick just one matrix board. They make some things that are just too nice. Thank you again for the 8xv3. I was so happy I got one of the 2 you'd found in the workshop on stock day. Favourite board by far. No worries, man. No worries. I can't remember who got the other one. But yeah, I think that was when we were just doing stock take and we found them just laying around. Whoops. Flathead is this 1800. No, these screws are flathead screws. Okay, now we can put the board together. You like the music? Yeah, it's just Harris Heller Stream Beats music. So I'm just going to plug the JST cable back in. There we go. Then we're going to set the top case back down. That's good. Flip the board over. We don't need that. That's a piece of my broken thing. Then we can put the screws back in. I like the green. Yeah, the green's cool. So if this was a dumb question, I'm new to this. I came from ISO and switched to ANSI because it feels nicer for me. Still, I need to write in German a lot and always switch the system language via hotkey, which seems more complicated than just using a macro. So I'm hoping that I'm not the only one. I mean, I don't use the German language, but I use UK ISO pretty much exclusively. Matrices or matrices. I think when you're speaking about a company, which is a named thing, it would be matrices. If you're speaking about a matrix of information, then they become matrices when there's more than one. But please, grammar police, tell me if I'm wrong. There we go. So there we go. Look how good this looks with the sparkle in it. This is such a nice board. Look at that. I don't want to peel the protective coating off of the PVD parts, but I'm so stoked with this. Look how good it looks. Okay, and with that, it's now time for you guys to... In fact, actually, no, it's not. It's time for us to check out the PCB works. Let's load up Switch Hitter. Let's... you guys should be able to see Switch Hitter. Let's check that the layout's correct. Let's move it to ISO. Plug the board in. Come on. Well, the board lights up. That's a good start. And let's see if we have all the keys working. Wait. Okay, so F12 turns the keyboard off and on again. I've just realized. So, yeah. Let's not press F12 again. But it basically disconnects it and then reconnects it. Okay, all working there, all working there, all working there, all working there. Okay, I think that's going to be just a coding issue because that usually happens on ISO boards. Okay, I'm pretty comfortable everything's working. I suspect that the split left shift just needs coding in the software, so we'll fix that later on. Yeah, everything works. Everything looks good. Pretty happy with that. Right, okay, so now it's time for you guys to pick the keycaps that we're going to use today for today's build. So, if one of my trusty, lovely mods is available and ready, you guys have 3 choices to go on the board today. Let's zoom the camera in a touch as well. Wait, what happened there? Oh, too far. There we go. Everything just moved around on my PC and I'm not quite sure why. Okay. So. You have a few choices today. These square pieces, they're replacement parts for the back. So if you don't want the shiny black PVD parts on the back, you can have a matte finished piece of brass. They're brass as like a weight on the rear. So they just replace those parts there. So if you don't want these parts in, you can change them for this look. Really depends on what kind of aesthetic you're going for. So for keycaps today, the choices are DCS Deadbeats, GMK Metropolis, and we have like the Midnight mods as well, some novelties for it. Or finally, GMK Calm Depths. Those are the 3 choices. I think one of my lovely, trusty, amazingly fantastic mods is going to create a poll for that. Matrix 66, yeah. Play as a jaunty tune boss. No, I don't like doing the tune thing. Zooted would work so well with this. You say that about every board, though. You say that about every board. Midnight Rainbow. Yeah, Midnight Rainbow would work, but... What's the spare pieces being provided? Oh, yeah, we talked about those, yeah. Pretty good choices. Metropolis would look very good. Metropolis for me. Metropolis is the round 1 version. Yeah, it's not the current version. I started making the poll and then you carried on yakking. Like, it's kind of my job on stream to talk, right? Like, that's kind of my job. Why has my PC moved everything around? I don't know why it did that. I must have tapped a key combination or something that just moved everything around. There we go. Get the votes looking like an SPC rocket. I'm surprised that Metropolis hasn't kind of beaten out on this because it does work really well with the colours. And it's probably, even despite what you guys pick, it's probably what will ultimately end up on the board. But I'm happy to go with whatever you guys pick today. Are you both doing it? Okay. Maybe I should just name one of you and say, right, Demotex is doing this one, Blackbrook's doing that one. That feeling when I'm getting emails from someone saying I've just ordered but please ship it ASAP, I need it before Friday. Like even if we ship something tomorrow, I can't guarantee it's going to be there for Friday, no matter what courier we use. Okay. Well, it looks like Metropolis is going to win, but I can see there's a lot of voting going on in the background here, so we'll see how you guys play that out. Cancel the order. I'm not going to cancel someone's order. But, like, yeah. I'm not going to say who it is either, because that would be a breach of DPA, but I can see the, like, preview of it on my phone, and it's like, I need you to ship this ASAP. It's like, well, like, if it's before midnight tonight, we will ship it before Wednesday, but I can't guarantee what's going to happen to it after that. Help on Calm Depths. Like, Calm Depths will work, like, the colours will look great, I have no doubt of that, but Metropolis is probably a little bit better for it. Clearly DCS Deadbeats did not meet people's requirements for this one. Let's I can't actually see the current poll. Oh, there we go. I can now. And GMK Metropolis does win. Let's have a look at the breakdown. I can see that quite a few of you used some points today. I can see 9,000 points being used for 6,500 points being used for Calm Depths. Sorry guys. I can also see tons of points being used by Void Media, Demotex, and JQ UK for and others for Metropolis. So fair play, but that's where we ended up. It is going to be Metropolis. Let's flick over to the build cam and get the Metropolis on the board. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick which novelties we want to use. I don't think I want to use... do I want to use the Midnight mods? Actually, should we have another poll? Should I use the Midnight mods, which are all kind of like navy blue and teal, rather than the actual mods that have got colours in them? Or not? I am going to use a couple of the red keys, though. I do like the red keys, so we're going to use a red key. I think it's got a yellow 1.5 key as well. Maybe that's on another board. Okay, do we want to use a yellow for escape? Yeah, let's use a yellow key for escape. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to use tonight anyway. So, Metro 1. Yeah, I'm using Metro. Yeah. Chad. Trumino won't run the rig. Spent close to 20k today over the 2 polls. Nice. Midnight mods is a no-brainer. I'm going to try without the Midnight mods first. I just wanted to put like at least a couple of the accent keys on. And in fact, I've already changed my mind on this accent key. I'm going to move over to this side. I'm going to move that over to this side. There we go. Imagine using for 9,000 points for calm depths and it lost. Pays to be a whale in this chat. It's all part of the fun. Yeah, the votes are part of the fun. Yeah, right, let's leave the lid on so I can put stuff we don't need in. Right, okay. Is that 7U spacebar? No. Why did I even do this? Where is the 7U? Here it is. It's hiding away, look. Doesn't want to go on. Is this where I find out I sold something incorrectly? No. There we go. Cool. Okay. Let's get the rest of the mods on. So we've got Alt for here. I'm going to go for the Cyan Enter key, because why not? And we've got the large shift there. Whoops. This is going to look so nice. Put the arrow keys in as well. We do have UK ISO in here as well. This is where people are going to start telling me that I'm wrong for some of my choices. Metropolis was the best choice for this board. Look at the plate. I don't disagree. I think it looks good already. It takes me like 5 minutes to determine what way is the right way up with the spacebar. Why? The spacebar is just obvious. Look for the mark on the back of the spacebar. It's usually the quickest way. I'm very happy with how this looks already though, not gonna lie. So nice. It does look really good. You guys picked a belter of a combination here for us today. I'm very, very happy with how this is turning out. Maybe we should have gone for the accent arrows. What do we think? What do we think, guys? Accent arrows or no? Well, the red accent on the board is just too nice. Well, the reason why I wanted to put this key on is because of that little red heart there. I just thought it would be nice. Oh, they've got red arrows as well. I don't know. Maybe I should change that and just have a red down arrow. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Tell me what you think. Metropolis was made for this board. I won't complain about the accent keys. Metropolis accents are nice. Yeah, they're lovely. They're generally lovely. So. Not sure red arrow would fit on a keyboard. Funny. I like the joke though. I do like the joke. It'd be a nice little fly past though, right? I just need pages for over there now. There it is. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with arrows. Like, do I stick with these or do we go for the accent? I don't know. Wait, what? CV? Oh, we've got these wrong. Look. In before you've all spotted that and pointed it out, and I've just not seen. How do we feel about that? What do we... No, they're pom pianos. Teal up arrow. For ISO, accent arrows are accent return, but not both. Interesting. Yeah. Hot take is that FlexCut should be seen as a sound prof, and that was any sort of inferior quality as many make it out to be. You said a poll about arrows? Oh, okay, nice. Blue, cyan, or red? Okay, let's see how this poll comes out. Let me just make sure I've got all of the red and cyan arrows to hand. There we go. Get rid of the rest now. This looks so good though. I'm super happy with it. Cyan and red. Oh, I think we need a recount on cyan and red arrows. It needs red arrows. It's missing something. Also, accent left. No, I don't want to put another accent on the left. I like it just on the right. But we can do the accent arrows. I think we just need another poll for between cyan and red. Yeah, it's a draw. So let's do another poll for cyan and red. I can't put both on. Recounts up. Let's see whether you guys prefer red or cyan. And you can only pick one. Wait, why am I getting tagged? Oh, it's my stream going live announcement in PT server. Preference, baby. It seems like we're going to end up with red arrows here. But look how nice this looks. And blue just looks so good on it. Cyan all right here. Hey, you've got to make the poll win, guys. You've got to make the poll win. Instigating people to spend points. I mean, it's 50-50 right now. I'm going to put a cheeky vote in. You have no points to rig. Wow. Try rigging. Try rigging. Also, guys, I just wanted to say as well, if you haven't checked out our PT Sherpa hoodies, they are in stock right now, and they're 50% off as well. So if you want a hoodie, yeah. Rigging is available. Yeah, clearly, because I can see the votes going nuts. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out already, though. Get a hoodie. Is that an Americano? Is what an Americano? This? No, this is Coca-Cola. Other brands of Coke are available. Metropolis Midnight would have looked great too. It would have done, yeah. I don't disagree. Maybe we'll move to Midnight at some point, but like the board's looking good right now. I don't know which desk this is going to go on though, because it's not going to go here. So I need to figure out where we're going to put it. If I buy 3 medium hoodies, will you sew it into an XL? Wait, the XLs are sold out? They weren't early when we started streaming, so maybe people have bought them. Unfortunately, we couldn't sew them together, but if people do want the XL, like they're really good. Like we actually wear these at the workshop as well, so we do wear them. If people actually want them, I will get more stock of the hoodies. The video is awesome for the hoodie. Yeah, that's a customer of ours who was one of the first people to buy them. I actually, when he made that video, I actually refunded his order because the video was so good. Custom plates. Yeah, I think over Christmas and New Year we want to do like a carbon fiber plate group buy. It's a time thing. Like it takes time to sort them out, so that's all. Right, red arrows did win, so let's take the other arrows off. Let's put the cyan arrows away. You did used to watch the streams, did the guy who made the video, actually. I don't know if he still does. If you're here, I can't remember your name off the top of my head, I apologise. But if you are here, thank you again for making that hoodie video. There we go. That is actually really good. Good choice, guys. I'm pretty happy with that. So there we go. Here we are. This is the Matrix Magic 3 with GMK Metropolis. This is quite a highly used shined set as well of Metropolis. It looks so good. With the red arrows, teal accents to match the teal and the red accents on the board, and look how nice the bunny is on the bottom. I can now peel off the PVD sticker. There we go. Oh, there's the PVD sticker on the back here as well. Look, there we go, guys. Look at this. Magic 3. I think the only thing left to do now is to see how she sounds. So let's pause the music. Pretty? No, you. Let's pause the music, move the mic down, and let's see how she actually sounds. Okay, there's no foam in it. There's just a PE sheet. So it depends on your definition, but that sounds so good. It sounds so good. Is there something you choose to type when you do these typing tests? I usually like respond to emails or like messages that people have sent in my head, things I might not be able to actually say. So yeah. So there's a PE sheet in it, yeah. If you slow down what Jay types, it's a one-off code for 90% on PT. I don't think even if you watch, you'd be able to see what I was typing. Like, I would be very, very impressed if anyone could actually work out what I was typing. To Tim, don't you mean Latifi? Good old Lottie. Yeah, clickies are coming in January. No, clickies are not coming in January. They are not coming in January. You can want clickies all you like, but they're not coming in January. So, I'm so impressed with this keyboard. It looks so good. Like, the camera does not do this board justice. It really, really doesn't. Is it expensive? Sure. Is it nice? You betcha. Is it worth? I think so. Ugh, I'm so happy with this. Thank you very much for picking the blue board, guys. I really appreciate that. He's actually typing vintage MX Blues are goated and will be used in my next build. I'm not sure that's what I said. I still have my big box of Amiga games for being a kid. Nice, nice. Oh, just creamed. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. You're typing the next paragraph in your long-running love letter to the mods. How do you know about that? How do you know about that? Cat 65 rebuild with vintage blues? Maybe, maybe. I do need to rebuild that Cat 65 and put some lube on the springs as well, I think. Although interestingly, it's not very popular at the moment, or certainly not through PT. I've not had a look at how other companies are doing with it, but it's not been popular at all through PT. I can only guess it's a time of year, but can you share with us your list of switches for next year? No, not yet. I haven't settled on what the switches are going to be fully yet. So I have some that I've decided on, and not others. Some others I'm trying to work on. When I'm ready to share that, I will. When I'm ready to share, I will. But it's going to be next year before we get a chance to do that. Right, okay. I kind of guess that's it for the stream apart from Cheeky Marbles. So if anyone wants to stay around for Cheeky Marbs for no prizes whatsoever, we're going to do that now. I'm just going to move this keyboard out of the way because it's not plugged in. Bring this one back because it is. And we'll play some Cheeky Marbs for a minute. I don't want that. I want Steam, not Twitch. Games. Right, let's see where it is. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to switch over to this screen, and you should see Marbles come up in a second when it loads. Okay, when Marbles decides it's going to load. There we go. You should be able to see Marbles now, guys. Let's do a quick Marbles race. So this is for no prize at all. Average finish in 2 minutes. Should we do a nice long track? Let's see if we can find something that's over 3 minutes. Castle Siege. Here we go. Right. This is the one we're going to play. Exclamation mark play puts you into the race, and you can see I'm already in there, guys. If you want to join in as well, exclamation mark play will put you into the race, and we'll see how this one goes. We're just doing this for fun, not for a prize today. I apologize, no prizes, but next stream is basically going to be all prizes, so do look out for that. I'm going to give you guys another 20 seconds or so to join. I can see that we've got about 40 people in there. Come on, guys, if you're watching the stream, just join in. Exclamation mark play puts you in. Nice and simple. Right, 20 seconds to go. And again, this is just for fun. Next time we stream, which might be Friday coming, I'll announce it on Discord. I think we've got something like 20 no, something like £2,000 worth of prizes to give away. So if you, I would say 2,100, but I don't know, I was going to say 2,000. So watch out for that if you are interested in winning some stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's see who races down to the bottom. There's 2 ways out of the map here. Gemma's gone off to the side of Omnibon's there. Stinkai might make it. No, Trojan is there first. Snicket is catching up though. So let's see who makes it to the cutaway first. Trojan's dropped down first, and Hugaz is right behind him. Geeky Head's there as well. Flash and Dance has stolen into the lead, but Kargari's coming. Kargari has taken the lead, but he's going to drop off the map if he's not careful here. Wygaz almost overtook him. Nitram Namelock has taken the lead now. Nitram Namelock is there. Sax is coming through as well. He's doing pretty well. Lots of people getting blasted by the meteors here. Beeperphone, Bollock, Blackbrook, Mr. Gimp, Snicket all got pushed back quite significantly there. I'm somewhere in the middle of the pack. Anarchy's not too far behind me, but it looks like Nitram and Beeperphone are the 2 that are making the lead here. Oh, so Nitram's the ghost here. Beeperphone has stormed away all the way up here. He's getting blasted though. He might make it to the finish line first. There's still a very, very long way to go though. No one is coming anywhere close to Beeperphone. He is... Oh, he's gone backwards. He's going backwards now though. The explosions have sent him backwards. Acer might be about to overtake Beeperphone because Beeperphone is going in the wrong direction here. He's stuck. He's stuck. Nope. Acer is dead. And now Bollock and Stink Eye and Nufi are taking up the top 3 spots. Now they're all going back. Trojam is coming through as well, but he might get hit by one of the bombs here. He looks like, yeah, he's going back as well. JQ UK now takes the lead. Still managed to survive those explosions, and now he's gone back. Herman Strauss and Topa are there. No, JQ UK got fired forward, like, but he slowed right down. Tanghouse looks like he's going to get fired all the way to the end here. He takes a storming lead, miles and miles away ahead of everyone, and then missed the end. He died right at the very end. So we don't have a winner at the moment. Let's see who is in first place. It looks like Anarchy has taken the lead. Anarchy's taken the lead here. Gouty and Stinkai are there as well, though. All going very, very slow. Boroium is there too. It doesn't look like anyone's going to win yet. Stinkai is going backwards and forwards. He's now being flung forwards. Let's see if he can finish the map here, or if he's going to die as well, like everyone else has done. It looks like he's on a good run. That slowed him right down. That bomb slowed him right down. That one flew him off the map. So no, we still have no winner as yet. Anarchy is on his way though. Anarchy is taking up first place. Mr. Gimp's not too far behind. It's still all to play for. Let's see where the explosions go. Anarchy is now going backwards a little bit. Mr. Gimp might just overtake him here. Mr. Gimp is overtaken. Chartered Music comes storming along. Does Chartered Music take the win? No, Chartered Music misses. Alvi might take the win. Alvi takes the win. Mr. Gimp is in second place, and Anarchy might just sneak third. There we go. We actually have a winner, top 3. Bollock is on his way as well, but still a long way to go, and anything can happen in that last couple of yards. Demotex is flying along here as well. Might be going too quick to keep it. Oh, Bollock, Demotex don't make it. Somehow, I might be in 5th. I might make 5th. I do. Topper McNabb takes 6th. Blackbrook takes 7th, just behind me. Beeperphone's coming down and misses. Beeperphone, who was in the lead earlier on, misses. Mikagi might take 8th. And then it's going to be a race. Slice of Me looks like going to take 9th. And Calgary takes 10th. There we go. What a race that was. Some people who were up in the lead earlier on are still all the way at the back. So, pretty impressive. Nice top 3 there. Some poor finishes, though, missing the cup at the end. There we go. Congratulations, guys, and well done.
Incredible.
Let's have a look at those final results. Alvi does take first with a 2 minutes 40. Mr. Gimp was 3 seconds later. Anarchy was a couple of seconds after that. Then we've got Bollock and myself. Look at the time difference there. Nearly 20 seconds between me, 26 seconds between me and first place. That's ridiculous for the top 5. The last person to score any points was 23rd. Super Hands 900, and then we have a load of DNFs. So well done to everyone who entered for that one. That was a good little race. Thank you so much for that. 1 out of 1 so far, says Demotex. Nice. We're only doing the 1 race today, just for a bit of fun. Somewhere the stats team is calculating how this will impact chances on Friday. Yeah, I think you did die, Trojan. Yeah, I think you did die. Most fun map. That was a great map. We have to remember that one. Castle Siege. I have to try and remember that one. Just another reminder, you've got until about 10 minutes after the stream finishes to get 3 for 2 on any in-stock sets. Any orders made before midnight tonight, which is in an hour and 15 minutes, you will get it shipped before Wednesday, which might just get to you before Christmas. We are closed between the 20th and the 2nd, 20th of December to the 2nd of January. Or 2nd of January will be our first day back, 20th is the last day in. So please be aware nothing is going to ship during those 2 weeks. Keep an eye on Notion, because lots of things are going to happen on Notion over the next couple of weeks as well. It'll take us a couple of weeks whilst I'm here and there and everywhere. Just 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there to keep updating everything. So there will be updates on Notion, even though we're technically not working. I'm really looking forward to having a break. I hope you guys are too. We'll have another stream, I think, on Friday where we're going to give away about £2,000 worth of prizes, which I'm pretty excited for, and it's going to be really, really nice and fun. And we might have some MK UK news on the meetup as well soon, or at least a poll on people's preferences about things. So do look out for that as well. I'm still also excited to meet the SPC gang that are coming up for the JO2 in late January. If that's you, I'm very excited about it. And we have got a really nice space in Leeds where you'll be able to attend as well. So definitely looking forward to that. If you do need me, guys, you'll be able to reach me at prototypist.net, drop me an email, or I'll be on Discord and Instagram over the course of the next week. Lots of stuff to go up on Instagram. Busy couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So please do take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you all.